Yeah, and
How is the weather in Dublin today?
yeah, I forgot to inform you. I actually came to India and I'm working from here
Oh, great.
for the Dublin office. Yeah, so I came for a vacation and I'm working for a while here. After
Uh-huh.
which I'll be going back.
Cool, cool. So it's a
Yeah,
Sunday for you too, I guess.
yes, the weather is like Bangalore weather, which is pretty
Amazing,
good.
amazing. So let me ask you a very basic question. I'm sure you get this a lot, but being all CP aspirants here, this is one question that we cannot help asking you. How does it exactly feel to be an All India Rank 3 programmer on CodeChef?
Uh, so like first like when I got there, like when I think it happened when I did a long challenge well, and then uh, yeah, it happened when it was a slow process in the sense that like first went to 10 and then went to 3. So went to 10 was like of course more happier. I didn't like it was pretty huge.
Hmm.
It was I took part in a long challenge, and when I usually take part in a long challenge, it's yeah I give a lot of energy to it.
Hmm.
Like I try to solve all the questions. I try to solve all the questions,
Uh-huh.
and usually one or two get left behind. And yeah, of course, about the feeling, yeah, like it felt good for like a few days, and yeah, it felt like wow, that's nice. But yeah, and not much after that. Like so, yeah, it was a nice feeling. Uh, yeah, it stays there for a few days, but then
Would you say that the long challenge is your preferred playoff field?
yeah, it's my strength because I like thinking for long hours, and some people definitely do it quickly. I like spending time thinking about problems in general,
Uh,
math problems in general, and yeah, long challenge supports that, and it also supports trying out new things, like trying out if the solution works and trying out heuristics.
mm, mhm, mhm.
And there's a lot of fun in that,
Right.
and not to not forget like the amount of learning that goes on. So uh, that's one of the places where I've learned a lot,
Right.
like a lot, and about being very adamant about getting a solution, like at least like yeah, getting a solution no matter what, trying out different things, and yeah, that kind of drives, and yeah, so yeah.
Right. So there's a bit of an echo. I'm apparently in the audio. Maybe the backend team can look into it. You can just let us know if the echo is sorted. But let's just get back into the discussion. When you mentioned the long challenge, and I cannot help but compare with the India England cricket series going on. And it's just an observation on my point. If I had to equate competitive programming with cricket, long challenge would be the test matches of cricket, with shorter versions being the ODI and T20. And if you're saying that you're more well versed in the long challenges, then you're a pure coder, because we measure a cricketer's talent by how good they are on test cricket.
uh, I I think that's I think that's like in Test cricket. It's I think they're different, very different.
Of
I
course.
think short contests. I still feel short contests are like really important in the sense
Uh-huh.
that
Uh-huh.
it tests your it tests how quick you think,
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, and many more things like uh, yeah, it tests how quickly you think, and well, if you want to tackle real world problems, maybe long challenge is closer to that, but it's CP. I think it's more about short contests than like if you look at major competitions like ICPC, IOI, and
Hmm.
a lot of other on-site competitions. They're short contests, and I think there's more thrill and uh, a rush for a short contest. Yeah.
Avanish Dubey has just said hello, Avinash sir. I think you guys are almost namesake, but just a little bit of difference in the letters arrangement.
Hi.
You have a lot of fans, Avinash, in India, it seems. Lots of people are looking up to you.
So
Okay,
pretty.
let me get to the next question, which is in a little similar to the first one I asked, but we really want to know what does it take? What does it take to be an AIR3? Apart from obviously taking part in a lot of long challenges, but there must be a lot more that it takes to be where you are.
So, oh, I think AR3 is a bit of a like uh, so. I spent a lot of time on long challenges in the sense that I think I can say that I gave every long challenge that I took part in, I gave 100%, and every long challenge that I took part in, like that's the best score I could have got, like given the time. So that's one thing, like giving 100% in the contest that you're giving. Like, and after the contest got over, solving like upsolving what you couldn't solve, and when you're upsolving, not just like looking at the solution and maybe first of all you need to code it out, like so that you know all the details of the solution. Apart from that, you probably it'll be really useful if you think about how you could have come up with the solution. Like there is a solution. Say, like what could you have thought about? In which direction could you have thought about? Like what could have driven you if you had if you had to solve the question, like not just like looking at the solution. This is so that okay, good. You know the solution. If the question is tweaked a bit,
right,
you can solve it maybe.
Right.
If it's tweaked, like if it uses that concept, like you might want to trigger those trigger ways that you could have come up with a solution.
Right.
That really helps. And apart from that, actively taking part in every site, like in my college, I used to take part in like literally every competition I knew of. If I could take part, I used to take part. And I like I used to skip stuff like to take part, like skip the stuff.
Right.
Because it also helped that it was thrilling and it gives you an adrenaline rush when you not adrenaline, dopamine rush when you get an AC, correct answer. So that kind of feels happy. So yeah, and apart from that, give as many contests as you can and upsolve really well. Like upsolve as a thing, that's very important. Right. I think,
For all those who are joining right now, let me just tell you that we are talking to AIR Rank 3 India Sai Avinash, who is right now placed at Google Dublin. But right now he is working from home on vacation, but still working. That's the life of a programmer, I guess. He was just talking about what does it take to become rank 3, and he was saying that first of all there are no shortcuts. You have to give your 100%, upsolve the problems that you could not solve on long challenges, and participate in as many contests as you can. If I have summarized that right, Sai, you can tell me. Also, there are some people who are asking questions to Sai already. I would request you to, hold on to your questions. We'll be opening up the AMS session in the last 15-20 minutes of the session. It'll be an hour-long session. So let us just, get to know Sai a little better, and then we can, shoot all our questions at him. I'm going to go to my next question for you, Sai. You started CP when you were in the first year of college, if I'm not wrong, right?
Towards the end of my college, yes.
Okay, towards the end of your first year. How did you get into it? Someone got you into, competitive coding, someone senior or your friends, or just out of interest? How did you get into it?
I had a friend. Arjit. We used to like discuss math problems for fun. And then he was doing CP too. He was doing long challenges and stuff. And when the challenge got over, like he used to like discuss some problems which were like a bit towards counting and probability are usually things which don't require a lot of coding stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So a sub problem of a coding competition is probably he was discussing stuff about it,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, he suggested like maybe learn coding, and then yeah, and then I started off.
So you must be really thankful to that friend of yours.
Oh yeah, I'm really
He
thankful to that
embarked you on a
friend.
great journey, and it's like clearly, showing the results.
Yeah,
Is your friend
I started.
is your friend live with us?
No, no, it's probably
Just give me a moment. It looks like there's a drop in the connection. Yeah. Hi, Sai. Am I audible?
yeah, no, you're audible.
Cool. Uh, Tell me something about when you started CP. How long did it take for you to become good at it? Start getting the ACs. How long did it take for you? What was the process like, or did you just start? Did you just start slaying it right from the go? I
Um,
ask you especially because there are a lot of people who are intimidated by coming into the big bad world of competitive programming with so many people already uh, doing so good. So it must be a little overwhelming for the newbies. Maybe for them you can tell us how it was.
okay. So when you, I think when I started with easy problems. So and easy as simple as it's like like putting basic formulas into code. This audio was building out code, and then you try to solve an very easy problem. Like there are very easy problems uh, to let's solve. So and it's a really very less gradient. And when I started
Hmm.
to solve these problems in the sense that
Uh-huh.
they're just putting the question into code. So and then you slowly build. So
Right.
a lot of problems and
Hmm.
a lot of problems and like to be better and better. Yeah, you need to. I think you need to solve problems that are close to your threshold rather than too easy. Too hard. Things too much kind of, but problems that are closer to your level, and usually the easiest problems are always in your level. Easiest problems like just write a for loop and so.
Hmm. Great. Someone has just asked, although we are not taking the AMA questions right away, but this one I had to ask you: where did Avinash sir do his DSA from? And this person has also apologized for his English, which I also wanted to address. Is English really a criteria when it comes to being a good programmer? A lot of people are intimidated by the language. Personally, I would feel that companies need good programmers, not Shashi Tharoors. This is a two-part question. I would like you to address that. Where did Avinash sir do his DSA from, learn his DSA from? And then my question to you is about the language barrier that a lot of people are worried about.
I learned So I didn't learn DSA as a course or anything. So I solved problems, and when I found that there's something needed to be learned, like I couldn't go, there's something needed to be learned in this topic, and
Hi, Avinash. Your voice is, I think it's breaking. I cannot hear you. I'm not sure if it's the same for everyone. Okay, it is clear for some people and it is breaking for some people. Okay, cool. Better now. Okay. Avinash, just tell me if you can hear me. Maybe you can write on the chat because it seems like I have lost you. Okay, Avinash's video is paused. I think there might be a problem of the internet where he is from. If you can hear me, Avinash, I'm going to go ahead and ask you the next question. But there is no way I can figure if you have answered it or have completed the answer. I wanted to ask you if there are, any other competitive programmers in the current scene that you look up to, that you follow, or you think they are doing a a very good job in the game. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, great. Cool. So that was Sai Avinash on his opinion on the his contemporaries and maybe I wouldn't say rivals, but healthy competition and other amazing players in the CP scene right now. Uh, so the next question that I have for you, Avinash, is uh, has competitive programming changed your life in any way? Uh, if you can, show some light upon that, how life was before CP and how it is after that. Of course, I'm going to ask you some follow-up questions to that, but let's hear from you. Right. 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 Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Cool. All right. Someone has complained that Avinash is blacking out, and he encourages you to talk to all the listeners like you're friends with them. I'm sure Avinash is not blacking out, and he's sharing everything that he thinks is relevant and important to us, and we are all here to learn. Uh, so Avinash, you say that CP has helped you develop the logical thinking, your mathematical set of mind, your mathematical mindset has improved with CP, which is I guess it's important attribute for any competitive programmer or any programmer for that matter, and yeah, and clearing interviews is one of the most dreaded aspects of this engineering programming journey. And when you say that CP helps build that confidence to crack all those FANG interviews, I think we can validate the importance of CP when it comes from someone like you who has done well on CP as well as their professional front. Moving on to the next question, someone has also requested if Sai can speak in Hindi. I'm not sure if Sai will be comfortable with that, but if you want, I can translate Sai's answers in Hindi if that is a requirement at all. Let's talk about your college life a bit. Uh, you were from Goa, BITS Pilani. How was the competitive programming culture in BITS Pilani when you were a part of the college? Sai, over to you. So Sai, you said that when you were in CP, when you were in BITS Pilani, the culture was not as thriving as you would want it to. It was not that conducive for someone to emerge as a promising CP CP player, but you still managed to. Um, so, which speaks a lot about your merit as a competitive programmer. But I guess it also serves as an inspiration that for all the budding coders right now, that the environment matters, but sometimes you cannot let the fate fall in the hands of how the environment is. You have to come out and with your own struggle and learn on your own terms, even if the environment is not that favorable. I'm sure the culture in BITS Pilani has improved, and if not, CodeChef campus chapters, college chapters is gonna reach them soon. That was Sai on his experience on the CP culture at BITS Pilani. If anyone is joining us right now, we are at the Weekends with Champions, and the champion for our first episode is Sai Avinash, who is right now an engineer with Google. He lives in Dublin, and he is All India rank 3 on CodeChef, and 48, which is not a simple feat at all. 48 in the whole world on CodeChef. Okay, Sai, it's something that everyone is thinking right now. Um, Tell us, how is life at Google? I'm not gonna extend my questions. I'm just gonna let you answer that as elaborately as possible, because for most of us, it's a dream to be in that office, wherever it is, be it California, Hyderabad, or Dublin, where you are. Tell us how it is to work at Google. And while you answer that, I'm just gonna put my laptop on charge. Please go ahead. Hmm. 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 Uh, right. Right. Hmm. Cool. So when you mentioned that you're not expected to know everything at Google, I think that is a mark of a great company, where uh, you make the freshers feel more at home, more welcome. Even if you're a very talented individual, you're not expected to come with all guns blazing right at the first day. So for everyone who thinks that uh, life at Google would be very intimidating, even with the perks. Maybe it's not the way we think. When it's coming straight from the horse's mouth, uh, it's once you crack such companies, life becomes. I wouldn't say it becomes easier, but it becomes a lot more. You can learn a lot more from the experience that comes from working at such companies. Thank you so much for the insight, Sai. I hope there is no problem with the audio right now. everyone can hear us clear and crystal clear. So when we talk about you cracking Google, there is one thing that we really want to, we are very curious about is does being in the top 50 as a competitive programmer on CodeChef, being in the top 50 in the world, or being an All India ranked three, does that have anything to do with cracking Google? Over to you, Sai. Mm, right, right, right. Mm, 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 right, 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 right. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Cool. So there are some important things that Sai mentioned here, that you don't have to be a Sai Avinash or an Eric or a Kennedy to crack Google. All you have to do is consistently perform on competitive programming and mock tests. Never forget mock tests. Do as many mock tests as you can with your friends. There is very little that you cannot achieve with a little help from your friends. If you're a fan of the great British rock and roll band Beatles, you would know that it all gets better with a little help of your friends. Let's move on to the next question, Shai. I would want to ask you this question. Uh, do you think it makes sense to continue competitive programming after you have cracked a job? Uh, so we do as much CP as possible. One of the main reasons is we want to get a good job with the experience and our ranks. But once you do that, does it still make sense to continue with the process? Uh, what's your take on that, Sai? Mm-hmm. Right, right. Cool. So this is what Sai says, that uh, even if you do not want to, make it big, make it, climb up the rank, do it as a hobby. Keep the keep sharpening your tool, keep the practice on. And if you want to change jobs, if you want to, raise that moolah, that package, this continuing competitive programming is really going to help you in the long run. That's Sai Avinash, all India rank 3, all world rank 48 on competitive programming, CodeChef, and an employee of Google Dublin with us right now on Weekends with Champion. And that was his take on continuing CP even after cracking such an excellent job. Sai, tell me something. Would you recommend CP as a part of preparing to become a wholesome programmer? I'm sure the answer would be yes, but if you could elaborate on that, our viewers would be much obliged. Sai, over to you.